Hello, folks. This is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball. I'm picking my numbers for the drawing on November 10th, 2017. I have 7 strategies with my game, Decoding the Powerball. So, strategy number 1, the game card color code. Okay, so what you're looking at, if you've never seen my videos before, is what I call the game card. This represents all 69 white ball numbers for the Powerball lottery. I really don't have anything for the Powerball itself. My goal is to get all 5 white balls correct and win the $2 million prize with the Power Play option. Okay, so first things first, I got to go to the Powerball homepage. And the 5 white winning numbers that just came up were 12, 14, 20, 21, and 34. Okay, so basically what I do is I take those 5 white winning numbers and I put it at the top of this list, okay? And then I transferred the last 3 drawings and numbers over to the game card as red numbers. Then I do the same thing with orange, green, blue, and purple. I have 5 different colors, one to represent each one of the 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so for this drawing here, I got 12 red, 15 orange, 14 green, 16 blue, and 12 purple. Okay, so over here to the right, you can see this 176. This is how many color code drawings I kept track of so far. And out of this 176, 94 have been a 3-color combination. 67 have been a 4-color combination. 13 have been a 2-color combination. And only twice has it been a 5-color combination. And never has it been just 1 color. Okay, so since hardly ever do all 5 colors come up, the strategy is right now is try to guess which one of these colors won't be coming up and eliminate it from the game card. Okay, so last drawing, 4 colors came up. So you can see that it was 2 red, a blue, a green, and a purple, again for 4 colors. Okay, so this column right here represents how many colors have come up. Okay, so you can see that it was 2 4s, okay, and then a single 4, single 4, single 4, single 4, okay. So basically what I'm trying to get at, it's been a while since it has 3 4s to it, okay. So my guess for this drawing is that another 4 will be coming up. Okay, so when I pick my numbers, I want it to represent 4 colors. Okay, so for this drawing here, my guess is that no purple numbers will be coming up, okay? And the reason why is you can see that a purple number hit here, 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 and here, okay? 4 drawings in a row, okay? And that's kind of a lot for purple numbers, okay? So I'm not sure why, okay? I have no explanation on why, but usually there's only either 1 or 2 purple numbers that come up, and then it misses, okay? So here it's running at 4, and I just think that it's going to miss. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate the purple numbers off of the game card. So I'm going to scroll over to the right. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far with no purple numbers. Okay, so when I block out a number like this, this means that I'm not even going to consider this number when I'm picking what I think will be the 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 2, the individual numbers. Okay, so what you're looking at is what I call the individual numbers. Okay, so up at the very top here, this is the master for all the numbers. Okay, and over to the far right is the numbers that just barely came up. Okay, again, it was the 12, 14, 20, 21, and 34. Okay, so if you scroll over here to the right, you can see this 34 is purple. Okay, so the reason why I marked it purple is because the 34 is purple, and the reason why the 34 is purple is because of the color code. Okay, so this number right here represents how many groups it hit. Okay, it was 3 groups. So I'm just going to reduce this down so you can see the whole card. Okay, so there's 7 groups here. Okay, so this is group 1, and that represents the numbers 1 through 9. And then it's the teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So again, there's 7 groups. So there's only 5 winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so 2 of these groups won't be able to have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so the strategy is try to guess which one of these groups won't have the winning Powerball number to it and eliminate it from the game card. So basically how I use this is this big square represents 5 drawings. Okay, so you can count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So the reason why I do this is I could go back in history and see how many numbers have hit within these 5 drawings. Okay. So this helps me make a prediction on what numbers will be coming up and which ones won't be. Okay. So for this drawing here, I'm going to guess that no 20 numbers will be coming up. Okay. And the reason why is because it hit 5 drawings in a row. Okay, and that's been the record for a long time until last week when the 60 numbers hit 8 drawings in a row. Okay, so I'm just going to guess that it's going to go back to this 5 drawings here. All right, so again, my guess is that no 20 numbers will be coming up in this drawing. So I'm going to go back to the game card and I'm going to eliminate the 20 numbers off of the game card. Okay, so again, I'm just going to scroll to the right. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. Again, with no purple numbers from the color code, and now no 20 numbers from the individual numbers. Okay, so it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 3. Picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 1. Okay, so what you're looking at is what I call my group 1 numbers. Okay, so basically what I did is I took all the numbers and I divided it into 4 different groups. Okay, and I put color to the groups. Okay, so when the Powerball numbers come up, I keep track of where they land. Okay, down here in the stats. Okay, so this represents the red area, the blue, the orange, and the green. Okay, so I have 15 of these option cards here. Okay, and they all kind of look the same as far as red, blue, orange, and green. Okay, it's just that the numbers that they represent are a little bit different. Okay, so for this last drawing here, okay, I'm going to go back to the Powerball homepage. Again, the numbers were 12, 14, 20, 21, and 34. Okay, so the 12 and the 20 were in red. The 14 and the 21 were in blue. And the 34 was in orange. So there was no green numbers. Okay, so the strategy is right now is try to guess where these zeros are going to pop up. Okay, so for this drawing here, my guess is that I'm going to go with option card number 4, okay? No orange numbers, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this is because usually after 3 rows, most of the time even 2 rows, there's a 0, okay, that pops up. Okay, so you can see like right here, 2 zeros and then 2 rows and then a 0 came up. Now this row means that all the Powerballs hit all 4 colors. Okay, so when it hits all 4 colors, I put a row here. Okay, so I could easily see where it hit all 4 colors. Okay, so usually after a couple rows, usually there's a 0, and now this one has gone 4 in a row here. Okay, and this orange numbers, okay, have hit 21 consecutive drawings in a row. Okay, so one of these orange numbers here have come up in the last 21 drawings. So my guess is that it's due to miss. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate these orange numbers off of the game card. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, again with no purple numbers from the color code, no 20 numbers from the individual numbers, and now no orange numbers from option card number 4 in group 1. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 1, and the next one I'm going to pick is option card number 7, the green numbers. Okay, so again, just like the orange, where this one has 4 rows in a row here, and this one has 19 consecutive drawings in a row. So I just think that this is due to miss. So I'm going to eliminate all these green numbers off of the game card. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 1 because there's one more that I want to pick. Okay, and that is option card 15, no red numbers. Okay, so here's option card 15, and the reason why I'm going with this one is because these red numbers have hit 17 consecutive drawings in a row here. So again, I think it's due to miss, so I'm going to eliminate all these red numbers off of the game card. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, so it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 4, picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 2. Okay, so what you're looking at is what I call my group 2 numbers. Okay, so just like group 1, where I divided the numbers into 4 different groups, here I divided it into 8 different groups. Okay, so again, there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so 3 of these groups won't be able to have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so the strategy is try to guess which one of these groups won't have the winning Powerball number to it and eliminate it from the game card. Okay, so my first guess here, okay, or actually I'll explain how I use this as well. Okay, so I'm going to point out these red numbers here, okay, and down here is where I keep the stats for them. So I have 15 of these option cards as well, and again they all look the same as far as red, blue, orange, green, purple, brown, gray, yellow, and again it's just the numbers that they represent are a little bit different from each other. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to go with here is number 2, the orange numbers, no orange numbers. Okay, so what I like to do is go with every 5 drawings. Okay, I like to keep track of every 5 drawings because it shows me a majority of things. Okay, so if there's 3 or more zeros, I color it blue for cold. If there's 3 or more hits, I color it red for hot. Okay, so over time I can look and see what's been hot and what's been cold as a group. Okay, so for this drawing here, I think that this right here will be a 0. Okay, and if it's a 0, then that means that none of these orange numbers will be coming up. Okay, so that's my guess. So I'm going to go to the game card and eliminate these orange numbers off of the game card. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 2. And my next guess is option card number 3, no blue numbers. Okay, so here's the blue. And you can see that it got really hot here, and now I just think that it's going to really cool off. So I think that there's going to be a 0 right here. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate these blue numbers off of the game card. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 2. And the next one is option card number 4, no yellow numbers. Okay, so you can see that this yellow here, okay, has been just really hot over the course of the lifetime here. So I just think that it's really going to cool off here. So I think there's going to be a 0 right here. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate these yellow numbers off of the game card. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 2. And the next one I'm going to take is option card number 5. No green numbers. Okay, so here's the green right here. And you can see that it's been kind of like 50-50 all the way down. And then it got kind of hot here. So I just think there's going to be a 0 right here. Okay, so again, I'm going to eliminate the green numbers off of the game card. So this is what the game card looks like so far. And I'm going to go back to group 2. And the next one I'm going to take is option card number 10. No yellow numbers. So here's 10. And I'm going to scroll down so you can see it's been pretty hot. Okay. Now it's starting to cool off. So I just think there's going to be a 0 right here. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate the yellow numbers off of the game card. Okay, so this is what the game card looks like so far. And I'm going to go back for one more. Option card number 11, no orange numbers. Okay, so here's the orange right here. You can see that it's been really hot over the course of its lifetime. So I just think that there's going to be a 0 here. So I'm going to eliminate all the orange numbers off of the game card. And this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, so I'm done eliminating numbers. Okay, so I turned the 69 numbers into 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. Okay, so if I picked all these right, then the 5 white winning Powerball numbers should come up within these 9 numbers. Okay, that's if I again got lucky enough to pick all the ones that I think will not come up. Okay, so it's off to the next strategy. Okay, strategy number 5, the 50-50 picks. Okay, so what you're looking at is what I call the 50-50 picks. Okay, so again, there's 5 white winning Powerball numbers. So there's going to be a majority of either odd numbers or even numbers. Okay, or high numbers or low numbers. Okay, so I like to keep track of that stuff and try to guess what the majority will be for the numbers that will be coming up. Okay, so far I kept track of 219 drawings. Okay, and that's since October 7th, 2015. That's when the Powerball lottery went from 59 numbers to 69 numbers. Okay, so out of this 219 drawings, 108 have been the majority of odd numbers, and 111 have been the majority of even numbers. Okay, so for this drawing here, since evens have just gone on a little run here of 3, I'm going to guess that there's going to be more odd numbers than even numbers. Okay, and over here for highs and low, okay, the high is in the red and the low is in the blue. Okay, so since low has gone on a run of 3 in a row, I'm going to guess that there's going to be more high numbers than low numbers. And then I have left and right. Okay, so you can see that the left is behind a little bit. And you can see that it's gone on a run of 4, okay? But going back through the history of things, the left side has never really had a really long run at all, okay? So I'm going to guess that this is going to keep on going, and I think that the majority will be to the left side, okay? And I have one more, and that's red and blue here, okay? And you can see that the blue is way behind on the red. Okay, so I'm just going to guess that there's going to be more blue numbers, okay, than red numbers. Okay, so I do have something for the Powerball itself, the red number, okay. So here in this column here, the blue means that it's a low number. Okay, so there's only 26 red numbers total. Okay, so 1 to 13 would be low, so I color it blue. And 14 to 26 is red. So, like the last one, 22 was a red number. And over in this column, okay, all the red numbers means that they're odd, and all the blue numbers mean that they're even. Okay, so just going through things, you can see that red had a really long run. Okay, so lots of high numbers, and then the low had some a really long run as well. So my guess is that this is going to be a blue number. I think it's going to go back to blue. Okay, and I think that this is going to go back to red. Okay, so I think it's going to be a low odd number. Okay, so back to the game card here. Okay, so here's the 50-50 picks. And again, my guess is that there's going to be more odd numbers than even numbers. More to the high side than the low side. More to the left side than the right side. And more to that blue area than the red area. Okay, so off to the next strategy. Strategy number 6, picking the numbers I hope will hit from groups 1 and 2. Okay, so for this drawing here, I'm going to guess just at the group 2 numbers. Okay, so I keep track of group 2 as a whole. Okay, so that means that I keep track of all 15 option cards. Okay, and I do that right here. Okay, so here for the red section, last drawing there was 9 hits, 6 misses. Okay, so 9 and 6 is 15. Okay, so I'm going to go back to group 2. So again, here's the 15 option cards. Okay, and here's all the red areas that I'm talking about. Okay, so again, out of all 15 of them, for the red area, there was 9 hits, 6 misses. Okay, so for this drawing here, I'm going to guess that this purple area will have a lot of hits. Okay, so actually the magic number here is 8. Okay, so again, it's right in the middle for 15. Okay, so if there's 8 or more misses, I color this blue for cold. If there's 8 or more hits, I color it red for hot. Okay, so you can see that this has been all hot. Okay, so this helps me to predict what's going to be hot and cold as a group. Okay, so for this drawing here, I think it's going to be hot in the purple area. So I'm expecting a lot of hits here. Okay, so as I go back to the game card here, again, I think there's going to be lots of purple numbers. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back to the strategies. Okay, strategy number 7, picking my numbers. Okay, so what I've done here, this is option card number 1, number 2, number 3 in group 2. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay, so I'll just, there it is. Okay, so here's option card number 1, and here's the purple area. Okay, so here is the 13 and the 37, okay? 13 and 37 in that purple area. And then for option card number 2, you can see the purple numbers here, the 33 to the 40. Okay, so the only one left is the 37, so I have that right here. Okay, so I did that with all 15 option cards. Okay, so pick the numbers that I picked will give me 8 hits and 7 misses. Okay, so for this drawing here, the numbers I'm going with is 3, 6, 37, 42, and 43. Okay, so when I go back here, you can see this 8, 7 right here. You see how it's in red? I think that 8, 7 is going to go right up here as red numbers, okay, in this purple area. Okay, so when I go back to the game card here, again, the numbers I'm going to go with is 3, 6, 37, 42, and 43. Okay, so in the beginning, I told you that I thought it would be a 4-color combination in the color code. Okay, so the 3 is red, the 6 is red, the 37 is green, the 42 is orange, and the 43 is blue. So that gives me that 4 colors that I'm looking for. Okay, and when it comes to the 50-50 picks, again, I picked more odd numbers than even, so you can see that the 3, 37, and 43, so more odd, okay? More high numbers than low numbers. You can see the 37, 42, and 43 are all to the high side. Okay, more to the left side. Okay, so I got the 3, the 42, and the 43 all to the left side. Okay, so the majority is to the left. And I thought there was going to be more numbers to the blue. So it's the 6, the 42, and the 43 is in that blue area. Okay, so hopefully these numbers will come up for me. Okay, so and that's how I pick my numbers, and that's how I use this system. Okay, so I'm always looking for people to play my system. Okay, so instead of charging a fee to play, I like to charge a commission for using my system, 1% if you get all 5 white balls correct. You could read the fine print, and if you're interested, you could email me at trm6776@gmail.com. All right, folks, I appreciate you watching, and best of luck with your picks.